We're gonna have you up in a moment. Rab, you ready to do this? Are you gonna do the spiel?
No.
All right. Well, I guess it'll just be
Rob
me.
is unprepared.
Oh man.
Ryan, you can do it.
Not
No.
off the cuff. Like, not off the cuff. Trust me.
That's how Rab got me to do it off the cuff because he used to do it all the time. But yes, it is 8 o'clock. It is BME. It is Taco Tuesday. Here with your boys. We are live every Taco Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific. Your boys are going to be at Bariatric Retreat starting tomorrow night. We're all flying in. I'll be there in the afternoon. Hold on.
We're the flyer.
Spirit finger.
Seriously,
Yes, we are live Saturday, November 9th with the live men's power panel. We have some really good guests. We have Akil, we have Rob D'Amelio, we have Jason Smith. Bariatric Bro is going to be out in the crowd fielding questions. We're going to have Dr. Russo. It's going to be an awesome time. I can't wait to see everyone there. We hope you guys can come and check out the panel. We're looking to have a packed house, so I'm pretty sure that we're one of the last panels on there. So you know what? When you guys are all done with all your panels, come file in, check out your boys from BME, hang out. It's going to be a vibe. Don't forget, you know what else is a vibe? Talk Barry to me every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific. And that is hosted by your very own VSG Bestie. And she is going to be hosting is it the Welcoming Mixer?
welcoming mixer. Yes, she'll be hosting the welcoming mixer.
Yes, she'll be hosting the Welcoming Mixer, greeting everyone for the first time. This is her first. Oh my God, Amber.
Yeah.
You know,
You got 25.
I have to do my spiel and not look at the comments because Amber is in there just cracking jokes. I can't even hold it together now. Damn it. All right. Yeah, she's hosting the first time mixer with everyone who's going to be there for the first time. And if you have been there, go over, say hi to her because it's her very first time. And I'm sure she's going to want to meet everybody, just like we're going to want to meet everyone.
And you, and you, and you better love me.
Exactly. Hey, did everyone take their vitamins today?
You know what that looks
Yes.
like.
Yes.
Yes, yes. We
All
took
right.
us
Just make sure
vitamins.
you're taking your vitamins. I'm taking my calciums. I'm taking the dark chocolate calcium dark chocolates from ProCare Health. My favorites. It's getting kind of low. Make sure you restock and you fill up on these bad boys because they don't last very long. But use code BME20 and get 20% off up until the end of the year. So who doesn't like to get 20% off Barry?
That did not look like a vitamin either. That's why I was like, I know what that looks like.
What are they?
uh,
What are you eating there, Tony?
the dark chocolate, that looks like a condom, but that dark chocolate,
Yeah, it's the dark chocolate calcium.
it's
Somehow.
the dark.
Wow.
Not the dark chocolate.
Now it's the Magnum dark chocolate.
Oh, we're so gonna be bad one day.
Yeah, I'm joking for myself, but it's okay. Irish and Asian, I'm a poor bastard, man.
Hey yo. But
Ton-
So,
Tony did a great job giving everybody the spew. But yeah, also don't forget to check out us on the YouTube and subscribe. We got 115 followers, subscriptions there now. It's amazing. We'd like to get that going up a little bit more with your help. So thanks for your constant support. We got Anthony coming up.
yeah, we got Anthony
Anthony
coming
is
up.
coming up. He's gonna talk about his life without faith and what's been going on in his journey. What's up, Anthony? How you feeling?
I am doing well.
That's awesome. Good to hear.
Good to have
Well,
you.
Well, how you guys doing?
oh, you knew appropriately what to wear. That's
Yeah, see?
crazy.
He comes
You
Oh
on the
came
man.
field and
in.
he knows exactly
You
what he
came
needs to do.
prepared.
That's
Oh
right.
man,
My boy, right there.
that is what I'm talking about. Here I am, no tie.
See,
I
Anthony,
got the hat on though.
I'm about to just kick him right off.
You look great, Anthony, man. Good to have you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me here.
You just
Yeah.
No,
missed.
no problem, man. We wanted you to share your story and the magnificent life you've been living, and also just your testimony to faith and your journey and what you got going
Yeah, so I started my weight loss surgery, I will say January. When I first got sick, I was having some gallbladder issues. And what's crazy is I got sick in my stomach from something, turned into be a viral infection. And then I went to the emergency room, and then they was like, yo, we might have to take your gallbladder out. And I was like, no, I don't want that. I don't
on.
want that. Give me that. Whatever I got to do to like not do that, I'll do it. So I had to change my diet. And then at that point, when I was going through that process, I was like, I think this is my time to, take my health seriously. I had just started working on myself. I started going to therapy. I dealt with heavy depression, not because of my weight, just because of it. I lost my son in
Mhm.
2022, and I really didn't really cope with it correctly. Meaning I didn't deal with it. I just buried it because I put other things in front of it, and while I'm putting things ahead of it, I'm gaining weight. I'm eating my feelings and all of these things. But going back to January into March, that's when I started to look at a weight loss surgery. And yeah, I lost my highest weight was, we just call it 500 pounds, 497. And before the surgery, before I started the process of the surgery, I was at 447. And then I was like, it's time to start choosing me. So with therapy, working through my depression, working through things that would trigger me in my past, working through these things that like I wanted to be the best version of me because I'm always used to doing things for other people. And
Mhm.
so I feel like I was learning a new version of me. I was learning something about myself that I never really incorporated while going through my own journey in weight loss. I started to learn how to love myself. Before the
Mhm.
surgery even started, like I was learning things about myself that I took for granted. Um and like I
Well,
don't know if anybody's in the journey like for me, I didn't realize how many lies that I was telling myself to like cope with not wanting to do things. So like, oh, I'm a homebody. Oh, I'm doing this. But fast forward to now, I love being outside. I love walking. I literally had this thought where I was just like, I used to look at walking as exercise. Now I'm walking just to walk. But
Right.
it's weird because like you don't even realize how many lies you're telling yourself to cope with being overweight, being that big, being in that mindset. And so through I would say through January to August, I started going therapy, taking it seriously, pouring in. And I kid you not, I know Ryan, you're a therapist. And you know how like you have the you asked all the questions in the first therapy session,
Mhm.
and it was like they gave me the plan. It was like, all right, we're gonna meet for this time, and then like at some point it'll be every 2 weeks and every. All I heard in that moment was, "You're gonna leave me too."
mm,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like, like that's how deep I didn't realize I like didn't really I trusted in people. So like we had to have a whole conversation. Like I'm not leaving you. I'm just giving you a plan when you are doing better. So yeah, that this weight loss journey is like literally taught me so much about myself that like I just want to get rid of this old version of me. So I started my pre-op diet a day before my birthday. Uh, Everybody, it was so much food on my birthday. In July, I was just like, I don't want none of it.
Hmm.
I knew I was making good choices. I knew I was gonna crush this because I wasn't looking at like the food as like, yo, this is my last meal. I can go ball out. I can do all this. I can do that. I wanted to be better. I had a taste of it. You know what I mean? Like you had a taste of what the other quote unquote the other side looked like.
All right, so I'm going to
Hmm.
stop you right there. So you say that you wanted to be the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
How do you define the best version of yourself, and has it changed since the beginning of your journey?
I can look at myself in the mirror more.
Gotcha.
I can look at myself in the mirror more. I resonated with someone just I think it was
All right.
someone just put out a post about body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I resonated with that post so much because I sometimes this shirt off, like I can still see it.
Mm.
Hmm.
I can still see it. I can still see 500-pound Anthony. I feel like even though my face has gotten slimmer, I can still feel this, and I'll do certain things that where I feel like I'm encompassing the same weight that I was, and then like, oh snap, I wasn't out of breath. I just tied my shoe. Like I just put on a shoe. I bent over, no problem. So that part of loving myself, getting that like, I don't know if the right word is like a euphoria feeling of knowing that I'm changing. It's
Hmm.
definitely helping. So yeah, I don't know if that answered your question.
No, that's amazing. That's a great answer. Again, and it's I feel like that it evolves for all of us. I mean, everyone's best version of himself changes because the more things that you discover you can do, the limit there is no limit to where you can go. So that best version of yourself continues to evolve because now you want to do more and
100.
you're able to accomplish more and you reach for things that you didn't think you were able to do, which is amazing. So I'm happy for you for that because um, your story, like from our conversation that we had the other day, is just it's very inspiring and like just the way you talked about it. Like it's good to hear, and the stories that we hear amongst men in this journey in the community, and you saying that you want to be vocal in sharing your journey because you don't know the next person that needs to hear it. So
100.
again, things that fill my cup are guys out there willing to go out there, put themselves out there, be vulnerable, um, and show every aspect of the journey, whether it's positive or negative, and the struggles and the victories. So I applaud you for that.
Thank you, bro. Listen, I meant it in that video where I said I'm becoming the best version of myself because I see everything changing, but I also have to choose to continue to change because sometimes in my mind I feel like I want to stay because it's comfortable, but I'm learning to be uncomfortable with comfortability. But it's
So
Mm.
so
then, how do
hard.
you for yourself? Let me ask you this. You say that you told yourself a lot of lies to be captured in your comfortability and the complacency, right? What are you saying to yourself now to change the narrative?
I can, I
Okay,
will, and I must.
good.
Because I can't. If I keep saying I can't, or I'm not sure, or I don't know, or my biggest one that I would say, oh, I'll try. I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm.
Doing, and I like words. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. Like I have these. Sometimes I have to catch myself with these words that I'll say, and I'm already speaking certain things into existence that I don't even know. So like I'll think about it. I'll catch myself, and I'll push forward.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have that right mindset. You have to have to check yourself sometimes because if you're and then I have to make sure that my circle, I got a squad, I
Mm-hmm.
got people on this app that I've met that got my back. I got people in my life that got my back, and then people that aren't necessarily even if they give a backhanded comment, I can see their intention behind it, and I'm just like, I put you to the side,
Right.
protect my peace. I need to, because like old Anthony, oh, they didn't mean nothing by it. I know, bless their heart,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Mm.
you know, I ain't gonna say black people say, but you know, bless your heart. You know, I know what you meant. Whatever. I'm at
Yeah,
the
good intentions type thing. Yeah.
I have to protect my mind in this journey so that I can succeed. And I would, the old Anthony would say, I gotta succeed for my family. I gotta succeed for my kids. It didn't work. I gotta succeed for me because I've never put me first. And I look at videos like I'm trying to think of a content creator, VGS Bestie. She'll put out, confident videos, or even Barry Lit when he's on talking about his panel and stuff like that. They know what they want. They know what they're trying to do. They know the audience. I may not know the audience, but I know what needs to be spoken. I know that this testimony out of me has to come out because there's people that's thinking like me that's in the same situation that doesn't feel like they have a voice because they do so much for others. And it's time for them to do for themselves.
And you find yourself in the intentionality to speak up now and to have a voice. What are you gonna say?
No, it's hard because like I love being intentional with the people that's in my circle, but now I'm being intentional with accountability. That's
Mm,
something new for me. So like even doing this panel, I'm over here like, yo, like I can feel the weight, but at the same time, I can feel the joy of me speaking, talking to you guys as brothers and just like expressing like, look, this is bigger than me. I'm starting this journey and I still have to show up for myself. I have to do this daily. I got mad because I was in a stall, but I told myself, why am I checking my weight when I already know I'm losing inches?
mhm.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like little stuff like that. I'm literally having a chess match in my mind to change my mindset so that I know that I'm doing the right thing. And I haven't given up on myself since July 26th. So I'm pushing forward and I'm so grateful. And when I able to come on lives and talk, listen to you guys talk, there was a gentleman you guys had. Um, I think he was in the hospital.
Dr. Wade.
Yep, him. And I swear his story inspired me to like, I can't stop. There's
Mm.
people watching me. There's people in my corner. I got to do this. We gotta. And his thing was locked in. I'm locking in. I pay attention, and that's intentionality for me, because
Hmm.
that's my thing. That's going to be my thing. And if I fall or if I fail my way to success, it's just a reminder that I'm not perfect.
So it's interesting to say fail your way to success. So what have you done? What are the things that you've run into where you've run into that failure? And like how do you work around that? How do you push yourself through something like failure when you realize it? Because there's a lot of stuff that we deal with, a lot of stuff. It's very easy for us to be able to give up, especially that's how most of our journeys end up falling off a track. Is that we don't deal with failure well. We fall back and we fall into old habits. What are the intentionalities that you take and the steps you take towards pushing through failure?
I treat it like sports now, and like I don't know how I made it that way, but like I treat it like sports. Like if you mess up on the field, you gotta have that mental mindset. Okay, you did it. It's over with. Keep going on to the next one. Bowling
Hmm.
has helped me with that a great deal. I have a coach that he doesn't help me with my physical game. He's helping me with my mental game. He made it so like he says these three things: throw a good shot, trust what you see, and just do it. He
Can you
says
give us
that
an
is
example of something like that? Can you like something that you've run into so far?
yeah. Not wanting to work out. I'm afraid to go to the gym. I've been wanting to go to the gym. I've been afraid to go to the gym. So what I did, I brought the gym to my house. So I no excuses. Oh, I didn't walk. I didn't go on a 30-minute walk, or I didn't go on an hour walk. All right, I'm going to make it my goal to make sure I am doing at least 45 minutes to walk. I didn't do it yesterday. I did it. I did it tomorrow, or today, not tomorrow, today. And I've been doing that. And then I also got people that are in my Apple Watch ring that'll be like, "Yo, you got like 10 minutes. What you
Hmm.
doing? What's going? hold me accountable. All right, let me walk in place. I can't wait to use my wife's treadmill. I need 30 more pounds and I could probably use it. She got one in the house. So like once that happens, it's a wrap. I ain't gonna have no excuses.
Hmm.
So and then another way of failure, I've done well with food, but I just wanted to say that because I had one big issue in September 30th. Um, I was a manager for a trucking company, and everybody got laid off from the company. And I had to be on that meeting. I had to be on that call and tell everybody these people trust me with everything. Like as a truck driver, I knew I helped them out of routes. I felt so responsible. I wanted to run to McDonald's so bad. I even made a TikTok about it because like I felt the weight of them, even though it wasn't my fault. Amazon didn't renew the contract. I felt responsible because I knew that they were trying to feed their families. I knew that they were trying to do all these things, and I put that on me when life just happens. And I didn't. And I didn't eat right for a couple days. I didn't. I really didn't take care of myself because I was worried about everybody else. But what got me out of it was a video, and it just said, "Just do it. Just do it. If you fail, if you fail your way to success, at least you know you didn't quit." So any video that I've done talked about mental health, I'm not quitting. God didn't
Hmm.
quit on me. I'm not going to quit on myself for the first time in my life. That's I'm not quitting. I
You
can
know,
afford to quit.
I want to kind of revisit what you were saying about failure. Because as you were talking, I started to think, what are the requirements for something to be defined as a failure versus a mistake?
Um, a mistake is some for me is something by accident. A failure for me is knowing that I'm going to do something wrong. So mentally, I made that choice. I chose to continue with that choice, knowing that it's not going to benefit me. And this just applies to me. This is not just life or any other situation or circumstance.
Mhm.
But for me, I failed a couple of times in this journey, but I also knew I did like I made like I don't know if anybody made this mistake. I in the beginning of my journey, I was taking my calcium with my vitamins, forgetting that I'm supposed to wait a couple hours to
Like 4 hours.
them so that because they don't mesh together.
Yeah, they offset
That's
each other.
right, and that's a mistake. But a failure for me would be knowing that I didn't take my vitamins for 2 days, and I already know that's a regimen of mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, how would you say that your family, has been as a support system for you at home? I mean, you talk about the community and being in the community and the support that's there. How is the home dynamic now?
I am honestly blessed to have like I don't know who to thank first. I could thank my wife. I could thank my mom, my mother-in-law, my brothers. Like they all showed up for me in the beginning, um, and they still showing up for me now. Honestly, I do feel like I know that I have it easier because there's some people on this journey that didn't have anybody or as much support, but the love has been real. They want to see me succeed. I want to. That makes me want to succeed for myself even more. Um, but there has to be a point where I'm doing it more. They can't do more for me than I'm doing for myself,
Hmm.
and that's what I've been doing because that's why I got a little crazy with the scale in the beginning. I was like, all right, Wednesday, okay, 2 pounds. Thursday, why am I in a stall? Why I'm in a stall Saturday? Okay, 3 pounds, good. Now I'll look at it. It is what it is. But as long as I know I'm making the right steps. So like family has been great. Um, some friends have been cool. certain family members away, I just let them say, bless your heart, and I put them in that category. But I stick
Mhm.
to what's going to benefit me. So I seem a little selfish to some people, but I'm just taking care of myself.
Well, remember, you can't do for them if you don't do what you do for yourself first. If that makes any sense, like you can't. How can you be good for them if you can't be good for yourself first? Like you need to
Mm-hmm.
take care of yourself first before you can take care of them. Because
Right.
if you take care of yourself, you may not be around to take care of them later on.
I'm learning that now.
Yeah,
Like they talking about the plane. You put the oxygen mask on first,
yeah, exactly.
for you everybody else. I grew up worrying about everybody else first, then taking care of yourself. But now I'm understanding the why. If I understand the why behind something, I get it. Yeah, well, the why is so that you can save your life first. But is it? I brought that person's life. You know what I mean? Like I'm supposed to be responsible for them. But if I can't breathe, but they're still breathing, I'm panicking. I can't do nothing for them.
Yeah.
So
Anthony, I've been over here quiet the whole time because, I mean, I can completely relate to everything that you're talking about and that you're going through, mentally and emotionally. Um, what have you had a chance through your therapy? Having therapy from the get up is a plus, by the way. For those of you who don't understand, that the this weight loss journey is not a walk in the park. Therapy is key. I am a victim of not having, I'm not in therapy, but I need to be. The closest I get to therapy are my friends and my family, this panel. But have you had the opportunity along the way to figure out what your purpose is? And if you know what that purpose is, what is it?
I like you and I love you for asking that question, and I don't like you either. Um, I know because I'm not settled with it yet.
Mhm.
Um, but I know I'm a firm believer that my purpose is to inspire and elevate and educate others. I know that I'm going to be at some point in time in public speaking somewhere. I do know that my journey is not my own, and it's going to bring reverence. It's going to help somebody, even help myself go through what I'm going through right now, to educate the next person. So the short answer is I'm wrestling with the idea of public speaking, but I also am enjoying it at the same time because this side and this side are fighting each other mentally right now.
Mm,
You know what? You said something there about this idea of what purpose is like. I'm wrestling with this, but maybe purpose isn't a destination, but the journey. Like if you really think about it, purpose is not the destination of where you go, but the journey you take to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm going to take this to even a historical piece with it, right? If you look at anybody that had a history of anything in their life, right? They did things along their journey that became history for it to be purposeful, right? To an extent that your purpose is something that people now speak on and act on. You can talk Martin Luther King, you can talk, yeah, okay, you can talk about any type of person who's made an impact on this world, right? So it wasn't necessarily that thing that they did was the purpose, but the journey they took as a purpose to get where they're at. So I think
mm,
you have to establish the idea of like you want to do public speaking. So in the journey of looking into that, what are you doing along the way for it to find value in? This moment here could be even adding value, like
Mm-hmm.
being on the panel talking. So I want you to like, and I'm not just speaking to you, but I'm just speaking in general for everybody. It's like purpose is never just a destination because if you get there and you don't like it, is it really your purpose? Or did you just get there because you were enjoying the journey of what it took to get there?
Yeah.
Because that's what life is. It's the journey in which you're taking.
So I'm thinking like, you know, so I feel like my purpose was to take care of my daughter that was living with me when I was younger. She got older, she turned 18, she moved out of the house, and I felt like I had no purpose anymore. The only purpose that I had was maybe, you know, well, I like kids and I think a lot of them go through a lot of messed up stuff. So I want to help them out because I did when I was younger. So I work with kids. So that's what I did. And then, you know, I wanted to share my story because, you know, I want to talk to people too and help people out and help them get through things and share their experiences so on and so forth. And I put myself in a position where, you know, I can help men like you or talk to men like you and share these experiences and get through this to like the way Ryan said, to establish my purpose, lifelong, a continued journey, um, to reach out, to help, to talk to people, to help them get through things because it fulfills me and it gives me that purpose. So if that's something that you want to do, Anthony, you should definitely jump on it. It just makes you feel so much better, man, as a person, irregardless of what, you know, trauma and tribulations that we have gone through. We need those things, that purpose of, at least I do, to get to move forward, to stay focused, to get myself to the point where, you know what, I got to work on me, or the realization that I got to work on me and get through so that I can, you know, discover my purpose and move forward and help people. Because if I'm not giving myself 100% and working on me and trying to make myself better and give the best version of me, who am I to sit on this panel and try to give any experiences or advice or talk to anyone about, you know, anything if I haven't checked myself in the first place?
I agree with that. I agree with that. And even even that purpose is simply like going through it is it could be a testimony in
Hmm.
that moment. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like in history is his story. You know what I mean? Like in this moment right now, this will be history. But in my mind, it's part of my journey.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So like I'm getting a little hype right now because I can see where this is going and
Where
like
it's clicking. Yeah.
yeah and I'm grateful. I'm just grateful for the opportunity, but I'm also grateful for even the 37 plus years of me not getting it until now because I don't think I would have appreciated it because I thought about weight loss surgery because someone mentioned it in 2020, but I didn't take it seriously. But I wasn't ready for it because I'm not putting in the work myself. I'm not really educating myself to just not like I don't like when I don't I don't like when people talk just to hear themselves.
Yeah.
I want to make sure when I'm speaking or if I'm learning about something, I want to learn or educate myself. And this right here for me has been such a blessing, but at the same time, a continuous of transitions. And that's by far the hardest thing for me mentally in this
Hmm.
process.
So
Because
you use a, I'm sorry, I didn't finish.
you're good, you're good. All I was
So
gonna say was just a process of continuing the transition because you transition from, you know, being 500 to now I'm 370, 377. Now I look, now I'm getting attention that I'm not used to. Now that's going to transition to something completely different where I'm not even thinking like I wasn't even thinking about that. Like
Hmm.
I want to learn what normal is. That's what I've always used to say. I want to know. I want to not worrying about a chair, not worrying about a seatbelt extender, not worrying about these things. That was the goal. Now what happens when I get to the goal? Transition.
So I'm gonna go back and touch on something because you talked in sports like almost like in sports analogies in the beginning where you were talking about that's how you motivate yourself and everything. And again, how most people before they win a championship, how many times do they fail, and how many times do they say it's that much sweeter when they do win it? So you have to look at it that way, where you go through the trials, you go through the tribulations of everything, and when you rise to the top and you finally get there, that pinnacle moment is where you learn to appreciate everything that you've gone through, because you appreciate, like, you know what, I've been through the worst of it. This is where I can go. The sky's the limit now, because now you've got a taste of how good a championship feels. So you're gonna want that feeling even more, and you're willing to go through the failure all over again if it means you can get there again.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Now, to touch on being noticed now and becoming more visible because of like how you're changing. You're not only changing physically, but your attitude, your personality, like your the way you project yourself, resonates with people, and people get that vibe. There's an aura about you, and when you're, in my case, you're 425 pounds and you're in the corner and you don't want to be noticed because you're trying not to be noticed because you're the most noticeable person in the room. Um, now your head's back, your shoulders are back, your chest puffed out, and you walk into a room and there's a presence about you. You carry yourself different, so there's going to be attention towards you because now you're different, because now you're the person that that you didn't realize you were becoming, and you don't realize that you're becoming, because now you're like, why am I getting all this attention? It's not just because, like, yes, you're physically changing, but your attitude, the way you project yourself is changing. So, I mean, to think about those things, because it's not just always about looks. It's how you carry yourself. And when you carry yourself in a higher regard and you treat yourself with respect, people treat you the same way.
I agree. I agree. And again, like you said, like, and I'm just not used to treating myself in this way either. Um, I do feel more confident. I do feel like I could just be like, oh, okay, you all right. Like,
Hmm.
I do feel that for me now. Did I do that before when I was bigger? Sure, but not on the same level. You know what I mean? And it's I feel like even I connect with more people that are in that same mindset or same grind. Like, we all like are trying to get to that same goal. I can get that. Maybe maybe not look at it like that, but look at the mindset changing, and I'm adapting to that, or connecting with more people like that.
Hmm. Awesome, man. That's a beautiful thing. I'm glad that you're finding connection of self, and the reflection of that connection is how people are kind of attracted to you, right? To what you present, what you show. Like, yes, you best just say you're magnetic.
Yeah.
Is because people like to consume where there's a vessel of love for themselves, and how it kind of perspires over the world around them. So,
And
like, keep.
that connection to self is one of the harder parts of this journey, because a lot of people don't connect with themselves right away. It's a tough road, and when you can connect with yourself early on, it can help you, especially when you start to struggle, um, as the journey progresses. Because I had trouble with that. I noticed that there were certain parts of my journey where I was, again, you walk in, you're comfortable, you're confident, but if you ignore certain parts of that journey, you don't become comfortable with yourself, and you still don't recognize yourself in that manner. And you know, again, you positive affirmations to yourself. You don't give yourself that grace and everything. You resort back to that negative talk, and those
Mhm.
you're harder on yourself than you need to be.
Wait, say that one more time.
You're harder on yourself than you need to be.
I agree with that. And then just going back to the gym, like going back to the gym part, who, like, I have yet to give him enough credit, but Big E. I look at him every time he puts out a video promoting, clanging and banging, clanging, on.
Mhm.
I, all right, let me go to my resistance band and do a couple real quick, and I do, and then, like, it's cool, like, that, until I get to that point, but I won't say never. Now I don't compare.
Mhm.
It's
Comparison is
important.
such a joy killer. Um, I still do it simultaneously, subconsciously, but I check it. I do my best to check it.
How do you check it?
That's not me. I'm Anthony.
Mm,
If I'm learning confidence for myself, that's Fade Away Ryan. He is a therapist. He is an amazing person, and he's doing great things on his own journey. I wish I could be like him. No, you don't. I want to be like Anthony.
mm.
I can appreciate his journey. I can appreciate his story. And my mother-in-law actually told me about you, Fader Rewind. She saw you in one of your weight loss journey videos, and I'm like, yo, that's inspiring. I gotta connect. And then she didn't know, like, I didn't put two and two together. It was the same person. Like, but but
That's funny.
and but yeah, but like, you are working hard for you. I know that I'm working hard for me. But then when my knee, like, I was in the beginning, I was having issues, like wanting to exercise because my knees was hurting. Now I don't have that issue, so it's no excuse. But like when I did, I was blaming like, dang, this is why I failed. This is why this. Well, that didn't stop. I could have did sit ups. I could have did push ups. That don't stop. That doesn't operate with. So I'm thinking outside the box to stop failure and to stop comparison.
Mm.
Speaking of hurting knees, this is what brings me to this subject because my knees are so bad, but it's one of the things that one of my favorite pastimes to do. And you happen to be in a league and you do a lot of this stuff, and you're quite the bowler, I see.
I appreciate that.
Mm.
um, it's weird, and like I said, not going to compare. I This year I am mentally stronger than what I was a couple years ago.
That's
I
awesome.
love it. I have a newfound respect to it because of the coach that I have, um, and having that mental mindset behind it, and me actually losing weight is helping me perform the bowling much better. But it all starts. Everything goes back to mindset. Everything goes back to mindset, and like the knee. Like I don't bend. I don't go down and do like all of that. Like I anybody like there's a 70-year-old person that bowled and he shot a 300
Awesome.
game. No, he didn't have all the power in the ball. That's why bowling is a beautiful sport, just like wrestling. So even though you're one on one with a wrestler, but bowling you're one on one with yourself. Mentally, you throwing the ball out there. You have to hit your target. You have to do consistency of the same thing. That's why it applies in this weight loss rig. I got to be consistent with my vitamins. I got to be consistent with my what I put in my body and what I'm working out if I want to see the optimal results. Trust, uh, trust what you throw a good shot. Trust what you see and just do it. Now
Mm.
I'm in the process of just doing it. I got the consistent reps for my weight loss. I got the consistent reps in bowling. My average is going up. I'm one league. I'm at a 205 average.
Mhm.
There's much better bowlers out there. There's 220 bowlers. There's averaging 220 and 240. My goal for myself this year is to shoot my first perfect game. I think it's gonna happen. I believe it's gonna happen. That's how confident I am in myself. And when it does, y'all gonna be the first ones to hear about it on TikTok. Trust me.
Can't wait. I'm
All
looking
right,
forward to it, my brother.
personal high, and what's your high three?
Personal high in bowling.
Yeah.
My highest game I threw was a 290.
Nice.
Mm.
Close.
You beat me.
Um,
And my
this
personal high was at 273.
Let's go.
Wow.
I had a seven. I had seven spare, and then I struck out.
Mm.
Um, the it's it's dope. Like bowling is such an exercise for me too. Like I can only listen to you guys on Monday because I'm still. If I get asked to sub, I'll sub on a league after
Yeah.
I finish my own league, and then I'll listen and go from there. But Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays, I'm probably gonna have to give up my Wednesday league, but um, I think God's working on something for me with a new job. So, but
Okay.
I'm grateful.
I know that's right.
Can I ask you, kind of pivoting into like relationship, right? Like you got married what 3, 4 years ago? How many?
2020 Juneteenth 2020 for 4 years and 3 months.
Okay. Uh, Take us to the journey of what that has maybe been involved with when it came to your health, and then where is it going now?
I'll tell you this: I am a different person than when I got married.
Hmm.
Because it all came to a head like this January, where I was holding on to resentment because I was thinking like, oh, if I have to lose this weight for my wife, like you start creating narratives that's not necessarily there when your spouse just wants you to be better for yourself. When I wasn't
Hmm.
really wanting that, so like I I realized little things like there was a kid that came up to my wife and was like, he's a big guy,
Hmm.
and she's not, she's not overweight, maybe by doctor standards, but she ain't overweight. You know what I mean? Like she's not used to things that I hear that I can just explain away. And
Hmm.
it gets uncomfortable for her, and it got uncomfortable for her, and because she, you know but I feel like she did a great job in trying to support me and tell me things about myself and trying to help in the right way. But I wasn't really listening to it because like I was so focused on truck driving. I gotta
Hmm.
find a way to get this money. I want to go cross country. I want to do this. I'm gonna start my own business. I ain't got time to lose weight, and if I do have time, I only got this and this. And
Hmm.
I made it just enough of a priority to talk it away,
Hmm.
and that's not fair to her. That's
Right.
not fair to myself when she's only trying to help me.
Mm.
So we
But I
are
think
up against the
I think
hour
she needs
right now.
that.
So we are up against the hour. It is 8:50 Eastern. Um, Before we let you go, we actually want to get what advice would you have for people that are on a weight loss journey or are thinking about surgery? What advice would you have for them?
um, if people are thinking about it, and the biggest advice that I can give is if you feel like you've honestly exhausted the options that you've had and you're on the cusp, this is the best decision that I've made for myself. It's given me confidence. I can feel joy within myself. I am not lying to myself thinking like, well, if I try this other gym, if I try this other thing, maybe I can do it. I didn't do it. I'm just being honest. Like I didn't do it if I did another one. I didn't do it if I tried one more Optiva diet. I didn't complete it because of finance. This the advice I would give: just do it. Just do it. As a man, I was scared. I was scared of being on the table, not coming back. Am I going to be a different person? Is my mindset going to change? All of those questions, yes, it will. But if you have the right people and you take the right precautions to take care of yourself, it's going to make yourself better.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
Appreciate
just,
that.
man, I don't want to let you go, man. Um,
Mhm.
no, because like I got all this stuff coming up in my head, and I've just been trying to, I don't want to, I know you're so positive, but I'm like a devil's advocate, I just want to, I
Ask,
just,
bro. I want you
I
to ask.
just, no,
Just ask.
I just, I'm just trying to find a way where I don't want to make it about me. You know, I want to make it about you. And it's just like the experiences that I've gone through
Can I say
with
something right quick to that?
yeah,
It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about us.
yeah,
We're in this
yeah.
together, bro. We're
I
in this
agree.
together. So
I agree. I agree, but I'll get on the soapbox, man, and I'll drive Ryan crazy up here over the next 10 minutes. But I just want to with my experiences with depression and being stressed out and things that I've gone through, it's been really difficult in this journey trying to learn the new me. And with that being said, it had most more to do with, you know, who I was and what I was doing to people that cared for me, or that were there for me, and just like running, dodging, getting away from things rather than facing them on. Uh, with you, what I'm getting is that the experiences, and let me know if I'm wrong, the experiences that you've gone through with your depression, you had a therapist before you got surgery, so you started the work beforehand. But I know that there are things coming about and that come up that will try to trip you up. Um, how are you dealing with those moments when you're learning this new Anthony? It's like it doesn't happen overnight, you know, and it's like it's so hard, and it's like really hard to explain it to anybody who hasn't had this surgery or is going under a weight loss journey, and all these changes are happening with our hormones, and people around us are accepting us, and we don't know how to accept acceptance. Um, we're finding a new way to fit in. How are you developing those coping skills? Yes, it's therapy. I know that is helping you, but what is it that you're using to help you cope with those obstacles when they come to the forefront?
I'm gonna answer your question backwards to forward.
Yeah.
So I have been Anthony for now 37 years.
Hmm.
I've been on this journey for 6 months. I This weighs more than my journey. So when the old Anthony, we'll call it the old Anthony, 37 years outweighs this, I am a baby in this journey. I'm a
Hmm.
baby in my thoughts. So I reach out. That's the first thing that I do is I reach out. I am I have gotten comfortable not putting this on me. Meaning I'm selfish to the point where, hey, I am not doing okay. So I need to talk to somebody. If I know that my family don't understand, I might reach out to someone. I might reach out to the squad. If I know that they're not available, I'm going to reach out to my therapist. I'm going to reach out to someone that can help me in this moment because that's how selfish I have to be so that I'm okay. Because, like we said in the beginning, I can't worry about everybody else and I can't worry about how I used to think until I get help helping me think in this new direction.
Hmm.
And it always creeps up. It's always going to be on my shoulder. I don't know if it's ever going to go away, but it's 37 plus years of bad habits that I'm learning to let go. I can let go of them for 10 days in a row. Day 12, it's on my shoulder, and I feel like I'm failing. But
Mhm.
that failure turns into success because I've let it go and I restarted day one. The other
Hmm.
thing that you has made mention to, and I will share this. I was so deep in a depression after getting sick. Before getting sick, how can I say it? TikTok standards. Um, I wanted to exit the live,
Okay.
and because I didn't deal with things properly, I didn't realize how hard losing Josiah. That was supposed to be me and my wife's first child, and yes, I have children through previous marriage. We all work together just fine, but that was supposed to be our connection. And I am the kind of person where if I see someone hurting that I love, it kills me, and I don't know how to express that, and so I bottled it in, and it I gained weight. I got more anxiety, deeper depression. Didn't talk about it to the right people, and I say that because you could talk about it to people and they're not giving anything to the situation, or they're not they'll just they'll yes man you, or they'll just it'll be all right. But the biggest thing that I didn't do, I didn't pray about it. Now, whether you believe in
Mm,
prayer or not, that's okay.
mm,
Communication, we gotta connect. We gotta find somebody that we can relate to. I communicated with my therapist because my wife couldn't help me through it. My friends couldn't help me through it. I had to build my resentment. I let go of my resentment towards God, and I had to talk it out because I knew this version of me wasn't the happiest, and I knew that I had more to give purposely through this work. And the last thing that you had said, whether you're on a soapbox or not, you're reaching out because you want someone to still catch you, bro. I
mm-hmm.
got you. I don't say that. I don't say that to people. I got you.
Mm.
You're on your
And back
soapbox
at you.
because you're looking who can connect with me, and whether Fader, whether Ryan or anybody else, it may not get it in that moment. There's somebody else that's get it, and there's somebody else that's on that same soapbox as you
Mm-hmm.
that's going to get it, because we're blessed with the opportunity to be on TikTok talking to people from San Diego to Quebec, back to
Mm-hmm.
China, all around the world. You're not alone, bro.
Right. That's right.
I can pray for you. We can talk. We can chop it up. We can even if it's for 5 or 10 minutes. You're not alone, and that's what I had to learn because I
Mm.
felt so alone. I felt alone in my marriage, and it's crazy. I got a whole spouse that loves me
Yeah. Yeah.
unconditionally, but I'm giving her conditions.
Mhm.
That tells me that I'm not healed, and I'm breaking down 37 years of bad habits that I've learned through relationships, through people, through TV, through religion, through what I thought was right.
Mhm.
This mindset, it just changes. We're not going to get everything right, but we can work it out together.
That's right.
Bro, you about to have me in tears, man. You're not you. I speak life into you, bro. Whatever ailment, whatever depression, whatever guilt you may have, free yourself from it, bro.
I tell you what, uh, I have started to free myself from it, Anthony. And I've been able to finally make myself accountable for the things that I refuse to hold myself accountable for because no, it couldn't have been me. No way.
Mhm.
I can accept the fact, with, the parent that I was for my kids, the bad things that I did do to people. But most for me, it was a relationship thing. It was more like who I was and how I represented myself in a relationship and with women. So coming up with that accountability and finally seeing where I was making those mistakes and understanding that it gave me the availability and the opportunity to make those changes and become and pinpoint where I need to become a better version of me when I'm expressing myself in the community and with people in my vicinity, in my environment and with anyone that I come across with in the near future. So, I mean, accountability was huge for me, man, and being able to take a look in the mirror and be like, oh, finally admit that it's you, man, and these are the things that you need to change, and you need to slow down. and take a step back. Everything doesn't have to happen tomorrow. And you say 37 years, I'm talking 51 here. Like, so I'm 51 years old, and it's like, just now I'm coming into terms with this. But hey, everybody has their own journey. Everyone has their own walk of life. Everyone learns different ways, like you just pointed out, your environment, your family, your friends, so on and so forth, and we learn. But just as long as we're learning and we're fighting and we're trying to uh, take the steps necessary to become the better version of ourselves is what's important, and will help us along the way moving forward. So no, I appreciate you saying that you would be there for me as you are with as we are with you. Um, you're always our brother. We're always here. Uh, you could always reach out to us, man, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I don't know if Tony or Ryan want to add to that, or if you have anything else to say, Anthony, but I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for sharing.
I think Anthony had the mic drop of the night, so
Yeah,
Nah,
definitely.
like Ryan said, this is a purpose right here.
hmm
This was purposeful, and let's walk together in our own journeys, bro.
Exactly.
For sure. For sure. I appreciate you guys.
Yes.
it feels good, don't it, Anthony? It feels good up here.
What's up, man?
Yeah,
Just remember that this space is big enough for all of us. So we're proud to have you out there and sharing your journey and being the voice, that people need to hear. So you keep sharing, keep doing what you're doing. I know that you'll reach. Our goal has always been to reach that one person. I know you're out there. You're gonna reach that one person, and you're gonna reach more than that one person. Your voice, it will be heard. So keep doing what you're doing, brother.
Thank you, guys. No, I have nothing. This is beautiful. But day one, day one. This is day one. This is purposeful. I'm not adding nothing else. But I mean it. Inbox me, bro. I'm right here.
absolutely. And back at you, man. Did you ever get a chance to join the Slack yet, or no?
I did not because it was Monday and I was bowling.
Well, I'm just saying that we have a group, the Slack group. Like, there's a group.
Oh, I think we had this conversation, and I thought it was, and I was thinking it was the same thing. I did not.
Yeah.
Ryan,
Yeah.
can you text me that
Yeah.
info?
I'll text you the Slack info so you can read part of it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we'd love to have you there. Tony, you want to close us out, man?
Well, are we doing this
Uh,
thing or what?
oh man, I forgot all about it. Do it. Do it. What is it?
Yeah, I said, Tony, do it. All right. So last week, and I'm gonna close this out, and I'll cheers everyone to this one, and I feel like I'm gonna regret this, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I love all of you.
I forgot all
Your
about
life
it.
one?
Dirty soda. So I guess I'll do like a half a thing of Coke Zero here. Mind me, I haven't had soda since before surgery.
Yeah.
This should be interesting. All right, so I got that. I've got a Core Power Vanilla. I can't believe I'm going to do this.
Make it happen,
Go ahead and
Captain.
knock it out, buddy.
It's supposed to.
I
It's
thought you
supposed
guys
to.
were supposed to do this with me.
Nah.
I forgot all about. I would definitely. I would definitely dump. There's no
I
way.
got you in
I
San
dislike you
Diego.
guys right now. I really do.
Anthony, have you dumped yet?
Yeah.
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 All
I
right.
had
Well,
Chinese fried chicken one time, and I should have. Yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
Amen.
It's a bad feeling.
all right.
Go for it, Tony. Let us know what
To
you
the men
got.
on this panel, to everyone who's going to be at retreat, I can't wait to be with all of you.
Tomorrow, man.
Peace.
Guzzle it
Yeah.
down. Be good with a good old glass
Was it
of.
good?
It's not right. It just isn't right. It shouldn't be good.
Oh, it's good?
Yeah.
It is. It's stupidly good. like it took the carbonation down. I know if I chug this, I'd probably get bubble gut, but it's really not that bad.
What's it taste like?
Vanilla Coke.
Oh,
Mm.
It's just,
protein
but it's
Coke.
like creamy vanilla Coke. It's just not right. It shouldn't be good.
It's your new thing. Just remember they clean batteries with Coca-Cola.
Yeah, they do. You
Just
clean a
saying.
trailer too.
I'm not judging anybody. I'm just saying they clean batteries with
Well, good. It's about to
Coca-Cola.
clean my insides right out. So.
That's funny.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you for the 7.6 thousand likes. We love you all. We can't wait to tell you guys all about Retreat next week. We'll be here next Tuesday night. My dog is telling you we'll be here next Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific. It's going to be basically it's going to be a Retreat rewind next Tuesday night. We're going to talk all about it.
And
All
like
right.
the late Don Cornelius would say, peace.
Love.
So see
Thanks,
you guys
Anthony.
soon.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks, Anthony.
Anthony, have a good night, brother.